Very excited. Early tomorrow morning we're going to head to Slaughter in Syracuse. Again, really excited about one thing you got to do before you're going to take any type of road trip, regardless of the length. You got to have a nice meal the night before. So we're going to grab some grub before we hit the hang, get ready for the morning.
Oh no, did you tap the 57?
I beat the shit out of the 57.
Oh, don't do that. Somebody's got to clean that up.
So disgusting.
Welcome back, everyone. This is not a hologram or an apparition. I'm really here. Welcome back to the ball, back from my sabbatical. I want to first apologize to the thousands of you out there, okay, all 10 of you, that rely on me to fill your horror hole with that sweet headbanger nectar. It just hasn't been definitely the brightest and best horror ball season this year, so I apologize for that. I'm just been really busy this year, more so than usual, with everything. You know how stuff happens, and particularly lately, just been going through some shitty personal stuff. But fuck all that. We don't need to talk about that stuff. I'm here. I'm back, and it's good to be back. And obviously, from here on out, I'll just try to do episodes when I can, and hopefully you enjoy them and appreciate it. But a lot to get to because it's been a while. I want to first give a shout out to my boy Vance, aka Spalding69, whose videos myself I miss very much. I think he's done something recently, but not as much as usual or in the past. But thank you so much, Vance, for sending me this out of the blue. He just messaged me on Facebook and asked me, or he just said he had something for me. He asked me if I had gotten a region-free Blu-ray player yet, because we talked about it. He's had his for a while. I did finally get one over the spring, so I'm not completely region-free. And he sent me Society, which of course great movie, such great practical effects, and having this on Blu-ray, this is a Region 2 Blu-ray, it's just amazing. We actually watched this last night with Mrs. Headbanger. Looked fantastic, and seeing all the effects at the end there really holds up well to the prying eye, the unforgiving eye of a HD lens. So yeah, very cool. Thank you, Vance, and I will of course reciprocate as soon as I can on that, but thank you. Another thing recently happened last month, had the big Days of the Dead convention in Indianapolis, which we go to every year. I want to first thank Adolfo, who I've said this before, I think it's the best run con right now out there today. Very fan friendly. If you want a complete convention recap, go over to our friends at Beyond the Realms and Jason, and I appear on there a little bit as well, so check out his video recap of that convention. But what made an already awesome convention extra special was the fact that, in case you guys didn't hear, Lil Headbanger's first horror film, Zombie Kids, was screened there, and she was also on like an indie director panel, which is just, of course, completely surreal. And I just want to give props to her for really making me and the wife very proud, and she just did a great job. She was on stage with I mean, Fred Vogel, who's like, you know, the master, in my opinion, of independent horror. You also had Adam Albrandt, who's kind of like the crazy, quirky older brother, and then you had Brian Williams, who did the awesome film Time to Kill. I just want to thank all three of you, Fred, Adam, and Brian, for just treating Lil Headbanger so well and giving her advice and just being very supportive. So I really appreciate that, making her feel very at home. It's such an intimidating event for, you know, obviously a young girl who's just getting into horror films to go through, and you guys just made it very easy on her. And I want to thank Jab Pictures and Jason Hoover very much for allowing all that to happen, setting that up for us, and just being so supportive of her. And I hope you'll continue to do that in the future as she continues to make films. So thank you so much, everyone involved with making it such a special weekend for us. And here it is, the film on DVD pressed, in case none of you knew this. We're almost sold out of the first batch, so if you are interested in either purchasing it. It's just $5 and all the money goes to her next film, which she'll start shooting in the fall. Or even if you want to like review it, just let me know. I'll just have to wait a little bit though for us to get a second batch of copies in. But thanks again to Jason, my brother on the West Coast, for doing this awesome artwork. Very professional, very cool. So let me know if you're interested in that. I'm very proud. And lastly, finally get to what the main course here after these appetizers of why I wanted to do this episode. Finally, a little late, better late than never. At the end of May, I attended an awesome event in upstate New York, Syracuse, New York, which is very close to me, which made it very easy travel-wise for once. It was Beneath the Underground presented this event. It was called Slaughter in Syracuse. Big props to Jason West, who runs Vulture Video. Great guy, and I have many of the Vulture videos myself. I collect them. And Nick, who runs Beneath the Underground, which I've told you guys about before in the past. Those two guys put this together. A lot of hard work, a lot of effort, but it was an absolutely amazing day. It was a Saturday. It was at an older style theater in Syracuse, so it was like really cool. You walk right in, cool architecture, big popcorn vendor stand, and then a really nice sized theater, full regular screen, and just saw a bunch of awesome, great independent horror films. So it was an all-day festival, ran pretty late. Just awesome stuff, great experience. All the directors were there, led by Shelby and Fred Vogel. So just hanging out with everybody, it was just awesome. So I won't get too much into it because I actually have a video about it. So I apologize in advance for the bad lighting, probably bad audio. I got the shitty camera. Hopefully someday we'll, when a major network picks up Horror's Ball, we'll be able to afford something better. So I apologize in advance for the technical aspect of it, but hopefully you get a nice idea of how special this day was. I think Fred Vogel put it best. I think he said it was a historical day for independent horror. Definitely so. I mean, there's independent horror films throughout the country every year, but this was just unique. You had filmmakers from all over North America. You had Marcus Koch came from all the way from Florida. He drove there. Much respect to you, man. Ryan Nicholson, of Gutterballs fame, awesome guy, came. I'm pretty sure he lives somewhere Western Canada, I believe. So sorry, I forget exactly where, but yeah, just coming together, mingling with the fans. It wasn't a great turnout, but I mean, I wasn't really expecting anything major, but it was a solid turnout, and every single person there had an absolute blast. Definitely highlighted by seeing the new remastered version of The Reds Tower, my favorite toe tag film, on the biggest screen. Anyway, I talked enough, and you'll see by the intro of this episode kind of where that fits in with Slaughter in Syracuse, and something that me and Ryan Nicholson have in common besides our love of horror. Check it out. Hope you enjoy it. Slaughter in Syracuse recap in all its bad quality glory.
Like you said, I'm Farmer Vincent from Beneath the Underground. Gotta give props to Jason West and Vulture Video for putting this thing on for these underground independent horror guys. This is a rare opportunity to bring together the whole scene from beginning to end. You got the juggernaut of toe tag. You got Marcus Koch. You got Jimmy Screamer Claus, Ruby LaRocca, Matthew Garrett, Jason Cook. Forget Ryan Nicholson. You got world premieres of a bunch of movies. We're going to start it off with Marcus Koch's 100 Tears, brand new unearthed release with extra gore. Never before seen. We haven't even pushed play on it. And it's got an alternate ending. But big props to the people that came out to support this scene. Big props to this guy, of course. We'll have the intro right after the movie. And guess let's just roll with 100 Tears.
with Marcus Koch, who's the director and effects coordinator, effects specialist of many films. We're here for our 100 tier screening. Thank you. How did it go?
It went good. Yeah, it's a great way to start the morning, kick everything off.
I had a very long drive to get here. Yeah, we appreciate him coming. A couple questions I had for you for the film. I'm a big Rain Brown fan.
Oh.
So just tell me, like, what made you, how did that process go getting her for the film? Were you already a fan of her, or did you not know?
Yeah, I hadn't heard about her up until 100 Years. And then Ted Gagan, one of our associate producers, he had written a film for Timo Rose Barricade. And he goes, hey, there's this girl Rain Brown in it, check her out, and, like, you know, let's fly her down. So, like, we liked what we saw, and we flew her down. She was awesome to work. She was great. She's a lot of fun.
Great. You've been asked this on the panel, but favorite, not so much your favorite effects, what were some of the effects in that film that you were just proud of, that maybe were a pain in the ass to pull off, and you're just happy with how it turned out?
One of the goriest gags was actually like one of the simplest to do when the girl gets, you know, cut across the stomach and all her guts spill out and she slides down the wall. Like, it wasn't planned that way, but we were just like, you know, hey, let's try this. It worked good, but then there's another effect where a girl gets chopped a lot, pretty much into pieces. But yeah, that one took quite a bit, you know, trying to, you know, stuff the body and get all the guts to come out. And I think the human body holds, I don't know, about like 500 gallons of blood and guts. That's all we're made of, is just guts on the inside.
Yeah, very cool effects, you guys know. Can you say anything about your upcoming project?
Next thing I'm going to be jumping into as soon as I get home from here, me and Steve Biro, we're working on the brand new series in the Guinea Pig series. So we're going to continue on that legacy, which is amazing.
Were you a big fan?
Oh yeah.
You had to have been getting the effects and everything.
Oh yeah. It was always like the kind of the, how do the French say it? Of you know, gore, you know, fake snuff films. And so, like, yeah, what we have planned on this, we're trying to take it to, like, where do you go from there? Really, is it all like that?
Yeah. You know what distribution is going to be like? Is it going to be released on DVD, or is it going to be like online?
It'll be, you know, of course, on Earth will put it out, and then once we get all 7 films done, and we don't even know who's going to direct the others yet. I'm going to direct one of the episodes. I don't know if it's going to be the next one, but we're talking to a couple other directors, trying to get, like, maybe like Ryan Nicholson on board, and then yeah, once all 7 films are done, then we're going to put out a box set with all the making of it.
Awesome. A lot to look forward to. Awesome. Thank you so much. One last question. I wanted to ask people this. If you're at a restaurant and you have French fries, you got a bottle of ketchup, a glass bottle, do you tap the 27, or do you stick a knife in there and with the ketchup? What do you do? Be honest.
Actually, I eat my French fries with chocolate shake, so I dip my French fries with chocolate shake. Neither, yeah.
All right, well, thank you. Appreciate it. Here with Fred Vogel, thank you so much. Master of the Underground, Toe Tag Pictures. A couple questions for him. I know movies are like your kids, so you can't say you prefer one, but what film would you say are you at least most proud of? Maybe you didn't know how it was going to turn out, you had problems, or what would you say like you're most proud of how it turned out?
I'm going to say the Red Sun Tower, which we're showing here tonight, is definitely I'm most proud of. We were coming off August Underground's Mortem, and it was a real test for me to show the world that I'm more than a guy that makes snuff movies. So I think the way that this came out, I'm definitely most proud of it.
Was that in the motivation of the film? As far, like, is that something you wanted to do anyway, but did you really want to show that we weren't just...
Yeah. It was important because, you know, like, that's what everybody started saying, like, well, now these guys only put out 2 movies, and they both do the same kind of thing, and I'm like, well, I got to change that. Yeah. So why not go completely on the other side of the spectrum and, like, make the Red Sun Tower, which is nothing like an August Underground.
My favorite Toe Tag film. This is kind of a common question, but I like hearing it from directors. Was there that, I know you're a big Frankenstein fan, of course. What was the moment where you really thought, I want to do horror movies? So was there like a movie that's just like, this is, what was that? Did you have a moment that defined it?
Frankenstein was that moment, and then I really think that moment came when I played with my toys. So like when I played with my toys, I would make movies, you know what I mean? I'd have this toy and I think that really harnessed my directing because I was like, if I didn't like the way I was playing with it, I would like change the story or change it.
Movies with the toys.
I was doing movies with the toys.
That's cool. How old, like when was that? Like,
oh my God, probably from like 5, 6.
You were that young?
Yeah,
That's awesome. That's it. There was just one more question that I wanted to ask you for a long time. You're at a restaurant, you got a nice plate of French fries, and you have that glass bottle of ketchup.
Okay.
Do you tap the 57 when you're struggling to get the ketchup out, or do you take a knife and you shove it in there?
I tap the 57.
He taps the 57. Thank you, Fred. Thank you so much. We're at the one and only Ryan Nicholson. Thank you so much for joining me here.
Yeah, man, no fucking worries.
What is an event like this? You mentioned it for those people who didn't see you talk on stage. What does this event mean to you? Something like this, some unique event like this?
I think it's like a coming together of like-minded horror, extreme horror individuals that want to see some cool shit. And it's like a kind of a non-judgmental thing. Like people are going into this. They're excited, they see the movie, and they're stoked about it, Like that's, for me, I think it's like a family. It's like almost like a family reunion, even though half the people here I've never met before, but that's what it's like to me.
Is that how you view the horror community in general? I mean, you've been around for a long time. Other genres, I mean, I'm not around either, but the horror genre seems to be very family-oriented as opposed, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the horror genre is a very loyal, it's a loyal community, and it's definitely, it's one where you can, what's the word I'm looking for, present yourself or get your sort of style out there, and it's not as harsh of a world, because you're gonna, people are gonna watch it no matter what,
right.
And you kind of have to it's like a gamble. It's like, do people think you suck or do people like the movie? But you have an audience, so that's the bottom line. Yeah, they want to see it regardless. Whereas other genres like sci-fi or like drama or something, you kind of have to, it's kind of fucked because you need to have a whole different ball game of how you make the movie. It's a whole different game with that.
Right. To get to the movie that was featured here, Collar, I'm a big Nick Principe fan. When I found out that he was casting, I was really excited. I'm a big Laid to Rest fan.
Yeah.
The FP, Madison County.
Yeah.
Just talk a little bit about how you ended up with Nick being a part of the film. Were you a fan of his before? Or
yeah, I mean, I was a fan of Chrome Skull. I like Nick's his physical stature. I like his physical acting. One thing about Nick is he's a great actor, regardless. Like if the mask is on or off. I mean, that guy's got some serious skill. Not only that, he knows how to make a movie. So he helps out with the actual directing elements too. Like he's very good at giving advice. He's been around. He knows the deal. He came on board through friends and through like connections and whatnot, and then he brought a lot to the table. He brought like the DP to the table. He brought a lot of expertise, but for me, Collar he's just so fucking good in it.
His presence.
His presence, yeah. I mean, it's believable, like the whole like priest molesting thing. It's been done so many times, but I think for Collar, it's like actually it works and it's a believable thing the way it's done. And that was Nick, man. Like Nick is like, when he read the script, he's like, your movie is lacking a little bit of a backstory. And he was right, and so, they came up with something that would work in the context of the movie, because it's a short movie, it's like 70 minutes, right? So, yeah.
Awesome, I thought it was great. I want to thank you so much, just on behalf of everyone here, for coming out here.
Dude, I totally appreciate it, man. It was fucking awesome.
There's one last question that's very important to me. I've been asking some of the other directors. You're at a restaurant, right? You have a nice big plate of French fries, and you have that glass bottle of ketchup. Do you tap the 57 or do you take a knife and shove it up there to get the ketchup out?
Fuck, dude. I'm a knife guy. I'm a knife guy.
Finally.
It is, man. I'm a knife
Ryan
guy.
Nicholson. It
I fucking take that knife, I slide it up there, and then I kind of pull the ketchup out. I've always been a knife guy.
See? I knew it. my Canadian brother from.
There you go.
What I do is
Peace.
when you got a table next to you, make eye contact with someone else.
When you're doing
it.
Fuck.
Ryan
It's
Nicholson,
amazing.
everybody, thank you.
Cheers.
Alright, we just concluded this awesome Slaughter in Syracuse event. It's about, I don't even know what time it is, probably midnight around there. It was absolutely amazing. I really hope they do this again somewhere. I don't know if it's in Syracuse, but just an absolutely amazing event. We've been here since noon. Unbelievable, talking to all the directors, hanging out. Films were great, seeing all these films on the big screen, just seeing Resin Tower the way it should be shown. All I can say is I support this event. I hope it happens again in years to come. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Again, it was such an amazing time being able to share that with Mrs. Headbanger and one you know, all know and love, 26. We just had an absolute blast, and I hope they do it again. I have no idea if they will, but again, just props to Jason West and Nick and just what they're doing with Beneath the Underground, all the hard work, and really how sincere it is with Nick, what the projects he's working on. You know, getting 100 Tears to be released, getting the awesome Morris County, a film I just absolutely loved. I would like to do a full review on that film at some point, but you know, their director Matt Garrett was there, and he was just such an awesome guy. He actually told me that he had watched Horseball before, so that was such an honor. And yeah, every film was great, and it was just such a unique experience and something I'll never forget. It was just an awesome day, and I hope they definitely do it again. I hope it's in Syracuse again, 'cause it's close to me from a selfish side, but anywhere if I can get there in driving distance, I'll definitely go if they do have another one. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Coming up, I mean, I have some things planned. Again, I'm not going to be able to do everything I'd like to do with the show and do all my normal, like, stupid little attempts at humor with my skits and stuff. It's just, yeah, it's just the time situation now, and things will heat up in the fall as Little Headbanger starts up with her next film. But I'll do it when I can. I have a big DVD Blu-ray update coming up, which I'm actually really excited about. I usually only do one of those, like maybe 1 or 2 a year, and I haven't done one in quite a while. So I have a decent pile of stuff that I've gotten, you know, over time. I know some of you guys out there do like a monthly haul, which I just don't have the money for, but it's a pretty good haul, and we've got the Criterion haul in there as well, because that sale just ended, so I got some Criterions to show, some cool editions, a couple hard boxes too actually, so I'll have a big DVD Blu-ray update next episode, hopefully in the next couple weeks, and then I got something special planned for probably end of summer, maybe maybe to celebrate the beginning of the best season ever, fall. Hopefully we have a fall, because seasons seem to be being replaced by winter around here. But yeah, so something cool, special planned in September, maybe end of August. So something's coming up. Again, I apologize to all of you who just crave to see my face on a normal basis. But that's the way it is. Life is life. And it's just good to be back, though, with a new episode. I hope you enjoyed it. You guys all stay scared, and we'll see you next time on The Ball. I'm out of here. Later.